Good morning. It's Wednesday, December the 6th. I'm Todd Duplantis, and we're live this morning. You're watching Up to the Minute. Good to have you with us. We've got your HCC news and information for the next half hour. So stick around for that. Some special guests coming up and some announcements later in the show. My co-host every Wednesday morning, Dr. Amy Tan, Dean of HCC's English and Communications Departments. Amy, it's good to see you.
Good morning. It's great to see you, Todd.
You know, the weather has turned outside. It's beautiful, but unfortunately, it's that time of year where everyone's catching a cold, and I'm guilty of it myself. So trying to trudge through just all the temperature changes and the weather changes and cold and flu season right now.
It is bad out there. I mean, I personally have a couple of sick kiddos. I'm going to be trying to make a couple doctor appointments today. And I know, I mean, it just seems like it's really going around and a lot of faculty are calling in. And so I know It's like, we just got to get to the end.
Yeah, just got to trudge through this, but hopefully we'll keep up with this good weather and we'll all get healthy once again. We want to welcome everyone watching us on Facebook Live and YouTube. We're here Mondays through Fridays when HCC is in session. We're live at 10 a.m., but Amy, they can always catch us anytime in social media, and we're also on our cable channel too.
That's right. We are live on the Houston Community College District Facebook page, not HCC, and on YouTube. We're also on X, LinkedIn, and on HCCTV at noon, 5 and 10 p.m. And that is Monday through Friday.
All right, you are going to be talking with this next guest. It's Small Business Wednesday, and we're introducing a winner from HCC's Inventathon competition. She's going to be telling us all about her team's experience. Teresa Maguadog is joining us. She's the project manager of Sound Solution and HCC's Inventathon competition. Good to see you, Teresa. Thanks for being on the show.
Hi, of course. I'm so happy to be here.
So we're looking forward to hearing all about Inventathon and your part in that. So stick around. Amy will be with you in about 10 minutes. But first, it has been too long since we had this next guest on the show. She's an HCC legend for her work with our students and our art cars, specifically the Art Ambulance. Ashley Hope is the instructor of studio art history at HCC's Northwest College and an art car advisor. Welcome back to the show, Ashley. How are you?
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing well. Well, trying to get through a cold, as I mentioned earlier. But you know, other than that, we're here. Let's put it that way. So we've got a lot to talk about, but you're also known as HCC's art car professor. Have you been participating with that recently?
I haven't. I've been attending and I've been helping our elementary schools actually kind of get some art cars off the ground and showing them that you can make it a shaped art car even in an elementary school. So HCC's out there advising in art cars, but we still have our old art car up and running. So we're going to maybe wait a year or two before starting another one.
So just to talk about real quickly, it was an art ambulance and it was built before the pandemic. Won a number of awards on that too, right?
Yeah, it was a full sweep. We won all 3 of the top awards. Which was a huge honor. And there were students there with me to receive them, and they were incredibly shocked.
Incredible. Well, we're going to talk a little bit more about that later on. But moving on, in what ways you like to get your students out of the classroom as you're teaching? Tell us about that.
Well, I've been thinking a lot about it. There's an amazing show at the Met Museum in New York, and I was in DC, and I just thought that is the show that I need to see. It's not located near me, and I'm going to put in the effort to take a bus to New York and to see it. And I thought, I need to teach that to my students. I need to teach them that they need to see the art that's being made internationally and have a conversation with it. And so it kind of got to be in my bonnet, and I'm going to try and take them to museums twice a semester. And I'm going to try and take them every 3 years to another city to go see art, because there's amazing art cities around us. So not only making art like ambulances and sculpture gardens, but actually making the effort to get out of classroom to see other people's art.
How have the students responded to getting out of the classroom? I mean, do they enjoy that?
They incredibly enjoy it because they like to see actually their professional professors navigate the professional world. And I do appear and move and speak differently when I'm out there in a museum or with my studio visit with my peers working, professional artists. But I think they also suddenly the penny drops when I'm telling them, look, paintings don't look like the paintings your grandmother likes. Trust me, museums don't buy those. Museums buy these much more risk-taking paintings. And then I take them to a museum and they're standing in front of a giant painting that's doing the thing that I told them to do, that they're like, really? My grandmother doesn't like this kind of art. And now it's in a museum. And it definitely, I see their eyes open and they're the penny drop for them.
You try to get them to think not as just Houston artists, from what I understand, right?
Yes. In every city has a conversation that's going on. So New York has a certain kind of personality to its art conversation. LA has one, London has one, but each of the cities talk to the other cities. So it's an incredibly international dialogue that's going on. And if you think of yourself just as your local conversation, a Houston artist, you end up minimizing the scope of what you're thinking about and what you're making.
And you took them in 2019 to New York City. Tell us a bit about that.
Yes. I mean, New York City is the heart of the art world. So if you're going to take a kid anywhere, you take them there because it has every kind. It has a beginning artist level, the next level, until the very finest museums, and to take them through it and be like, this is the ladder you climb. You're not going to get bought by a museum in 4 years. You'll be in this gallery in 4 years. And then this. And they saw also the fact that the art that they responded to, that they were like, this is it, was the art in the younger galleries, the galleries that were for their age group. And they were like, I love this art. And I was like, great, make art for this community. And just also New York is just.
Right. Did y'all take a bus up there back in 2021?
No, we flew. We took a flight. And for a lot of the kids, this was their first time flying.
Wow.
Yeah. And I remember the New York City subways just during rush hour and having to hold their hands. And, it's New York.
You also say Santa Fe is important. Why is that?
So Santa Fe, one, is accessible by bus. And two, it blew my mind when I was there just before COVID. So there's different kinds of arenas where people make art, and Santa Fe has every single one of them perfectly. It has a, craft community, one of the best artisanal craft communities in the world. It has what would be considered outsider art, like Art Car, and it's called Meow Wolf. And it's where these artists were like, I'm not going to be in a gallery, but I'm going to build a warehouse of outsider art where you kind of go into a farmhouse and then you climb through the fireplace into another world, and they build all, and they charge $100 a ticket. And I was like, that's as good as a museum. So that's outsider. Then
I know exactly what you're talking about. I follow them in social media. I'd seen some.
Meow Wolf.
Yeah, it's totally cool. I would love to go see that.
It's cool. And it actually has, augmented reality where if you bring your phone, there's another metaverse dimension. I just didn't have that within me to pull out my phone. I was overwhelmed by the actual farmhouse I was in. But then there's also the Georgia O'Keeffe Museum, which is a single artist's entire work there. And then there's just the actual Museum of Native American Art. And then there's a contemporary art museum. Boom. Right. I can show them the entire art world in one city.
Now,
getting there by
I know Dr. Kurt Ewan was a big proponent of your work in the Art Car program. How did he play a role in that? Because he's really, I know he was really instrumental when this was getting launched.
Yeah, he's been instrumental in how I think about getting out of the classroom and how I teach, because he was very into innovative teaching and exposure for the students. And so for me, the fact that he, in his legacy, the endowed chair of $5,000, money's hard to come by now.
Yeah.
That I know that I can apply for that and put that towards this Santa Fe trip. And that makes it doable. Whereas without that legacy, it's not doable. So he's even supporting kind of grand projects that I dream of for my students after he's passed. And that to me is a really, really momentous presence in HCC to
He
continue.
certainly left a legacy, here. He transformed a lot of lives, and even to the end, he was certainly still very instrumental.
Yeah. And when doing art car, we had art car plans for the longest time. And he got wind of our art card plans and he's like, we can do it. Boom. It's done. Let's do it.
It was done.
Yeah.
We are running out of time, but real quickly, the digitized landscape, how has that helped or hindered artists, the role of an artist?
Well, I just have to say that everywhere you go now in the land of infotainment, where it's all apps and user interface, and you are encountering artists who have gone into the workforce and using their visual knowledge and their ability to construct visually in the infotainment world of the digital landscape. So sending us to Santa Fe will pay off.
Yeah, in the long run. And when you go on that Santa Fe trip, let me know. I want to see Meow Wolf. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Ashley Ho, we appreciate you being here, instructor of our HCC Studio Art and Art History. We look forward to getting that art ambulance back on the road one day.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Thanks, Ashley. All right, we're going to move on. And Amy, you've got another special guest talking about the Inventathon.
I do. Moving on to Teresa Maguadog, project manager of Sound Solution, part of HCC's Inventathon. Welcome to the show, Teresa.
Hi, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm good. I'm very excited. It's my first time on like a news place for like a school, so I'm really happy to be here.
Well, we're excited to hear all about everything. But before we start talking about the competitions, tell us something about your team.
My team. And so my team consists of 6 people. It's me and like another girl and 4 other guys. And it's really cool because we all are part of this like one idea, but we're all different majors. Like me and my friend are biology. We have a business person, a computer science. And so with that these diverse majors, we're able to all put in what we specialize in and create this product, the marketing, like the science behind it, and have all these aspects like very strong. And we're able to have this strong product and strong presentation. And so it's great.
I'm really glad to hear you say that. We talk about that a lot in higher ed, how important it is to have a diverse team and have groups and people from all different areas contributing, and that it really enhances your product.
Completely agree. Yeah, it's very helpful instead of having everyone like in one place.
Yeah. So tell us what Sound Solution is.
Of course. So Sound Solution, basically we the whole competition is we have to use one of NASA's patented technologies and then apply that in our own product. And so the IP we're using, it's called the SAP algorithm, or the statistical auditory prediction. And what this does is it can recognize a certain sound and the frequencies that belong to it. And so, for example, if there's a helicopter, it recognizes the patterns like the highs and the lows. And normal hearing aids, if they do cancel out noise, they do it in normal time as the sound comes in. But with these algorithms, they already know the expected like highs and lows. And so it's more easy for them. They can predict the sound that comes. And so with that, they can cancel it out more efficiently. And since these algorithms can identify certain sounds, we allow the user more personalization, and they can choose which sounds they want to amplify and decrease. So as an example, to illustrate this point, one of our features includes a safety feature. And so the algorithm can identify certain sounds. If it hears a siren, it prioritizes that, because sometimes you want to cancel out all background noise, but not everything is black and white. Some sounds you have to hear in the background. And so even though if you're on noise cancellation, that's still, if there is a siren in the background, it prioritizes that and amplifies it. And so that's kind of the whole gist.
So are you talking about this application is particularly for hearing aids, or are there multiple applications for this?
Yeah, and so majority it's for hearing aids, but it's not primarily hearing aid. It's kind of like the blend between like an earbud and a hearing aid, because there's still Bluetooth, you can play music. And so primarily it's for people who have hearing loss. But even if you don't have hearing loss, you can still use it as well, just so you can isolate certain sounds you want to hear and cancel out background noise. For example, if you're like walking in the city, it's very busy, and if you want to, you can like, tune down traffic and put it lower. And so primarily, yeah. And so it's
no, that makes total sense, because I run and I only run with one headphone because I want to be able to hear. But I see people all the time with 2 headphones, and I'm like,
I know. Exactly.
So what inspired the concept of Sound Solutions' personalized audio experience, and how did you develop it?
Well, that's an awesome question. So we always knew that we wanted to be involved with hearing loss because it's a problem that's increasing more and more today, especially with young people. You know, they're going to loud concerts, right? They're blasting music in their earbuds. Like I'll walk home and I see my sister and I can hear her music playing loud and clear, but she has earbuds in. I'm like, what are you? It's crazy. And so it's an increasing problem with everybody. And so initially our design was to extend the battery life of hearing aids. But then in our Inventathon, there was an inspiring speaker. His name is Jeff Grant, and he was telling us all about the James Webb Telescope. It's like the largest telescope. It's amazing. It can see like farther and more in detail, the stars, the light in the galaxies than any other one minute, into not like how long the hearing aids can like hear, but like how we hear. And so we chose a different technology, and we were like, okay, we can do better. And then we chose how users experience their hearing environment, and we chose that NASA technology I was talking about because hearing aids now, you know, they either like amplify everything, which is good, but we want it to be more personal, like what is important, what's less important, so they can choose.
Yeah, I can imagine how incredible the applications will be of this technology. And so that was your experience at the Inventathon at HCC Hackathon.
Yes.
And then you were also involved with NASA's MITTIC challenge.
Yes, MITIC, yes.
Yeah, tell us how that contributed to your success.
That was awesome because with MITIC, you know, it's a nationwide competition. There were students from like Hawaii that flew in, from like Washington, like everywhere. And you have all these like brilliant minds, like very bright, intelligent people. And we're all different, you know, we all like are doing different problems, but we share one thing in common. We all have a passion to help solve the problems that are in the world, whether it's like hearing loss or something else. We all have that interest. And so with that, there's other teams, but it's not even like their competition. Like we're all there for the same reason. And so we were having other teams who were giving our team feedback, like helping us, giving us advice, and we were doing the same to them. And we made so many friends. It was awesome. And in that competition, collaboration, like it was amazing. We got to talk, and it was very like casual, but like we had very intelligent conversations. And since you see other teams who are solving other problems in the world, and you see how they're being creative, it inspires you to like, okay, I can do this too. And everyone's very uplifting, and it was an amazing experience.
I mean, I love it when that happens. And I just love hearing you talk about the collaborative element, because that is I think that's a trend, right? We're moving towards a world where innovation and development is we know the benefit of collaboration. And I feel like, and maybe my experience is different, right? There was more competition. And I think this is a competition that you're attending, you're competing, but the collaboration that is happening within the competition is just taking you to another level. I find that amazing.
It is. It was very insightful. And I was kind of nervous at first. I was like, oh, I'm competing against you. But then I was there and I was like, no, we're all here for the same reason. And it was much less, harsh and competitive than I was expecting. It was amazing.
That's so Simon Sinek, What's Your Why? If you haven't seen that yet, check that out. So from your experience, how do these intense time-bound events foster creativity, collaboration, and the development of these groundbreaking ideas like Sound Solution?
Yeah, so as of course, a lot of it is the people around you, and so you have all these other students. But in MITIC, there were also great presentations. We have these very intelligent people who are startups of their own business, and they were presenting. They gave amazing presentations, and so they give you great advice. How to start the business, how to target your market audience, and that was a huge help. They were very inspiring. They were passionate about what they do, and just seeing them, like seeing their like radiance, like it was great, and it inspired us to like actually like enjoy what we're doing and not do it solely because we have to, but because we like want to make a change. And so the presentations were amazing. The other students who were competing were inspiring. Everybody like wanted to be there, and so whenever like the energy around you is like great, that also inspired you to like it made you like even more like happy to be there as well.
I mean, it just sounds like a wonderful experience. So really quickly, final question, 10 seconds. What is next for you and your team?
Next team. So we're really happy that we were able to get second place, and now we're moving on to patenting our technology. And so we're talking with a specialist who's very into like patenting and stuff. And so we got their contact information recently. And so hopefully in the near future we can have our Sound Good Buds, which is the name of our technology, patented and available in the market. So we're really excited.
Well, you make us proud. You make HCC proud, Teresa.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here.
Of course, it was lovely. Thank you, Miss Amy.
Take care. Teresa Maguadog, HCC team member of Sound Solution, part of the Inventathon competition, and we'll have all of the information after the show.
Thank you.
All right, thank you both. And we've got a few announcements to go through before we wrap up today's show. One of them happening today, Wellness Wednesdays, make mental health fit in your day. It is a virtual session. NAMI Greater Houston, an HCC partner, hosts 30-minute virtual mental health breaks every Wednesday throughout December. They're open to students, faculty, staff, and the public. The next one is today. It's at noon, and it's a virtual event. Check our post after the show, and we'll give you some links where you can join them. Okay, SCORE workshop. That's happening as well, Amy, tomorrow.
Yes. Meet the buyer. HCC Entrepreneurial Initiatives and SCORE are offering free workshops to help local businesses, as well as our entrepreneurial students, just like Teresa Maguadog, from 1 to 3 p.m. on Thursday, December 7th. That's at the Missouri City campus. Be sure to check the post after the show for more information.
Okay, there's going to be an event happening tomorrow at the Felix Fraga academic campus in the Southeast College. It's pretty cool. In fact, I looked at their Facebook page just a few minutes ago. They have a huge inflatable swoop. That's right, an inflatable mascot. So it's pretty cool. That's going to be happening. It's HCC Southeast Open House and is it Finder Park ribbon cutting. Will feature interactive demonstrations, an Apple Lab, engineering makerspace, astronomy demos, and food as well, along with this huge inflatable mascot. You got to check it out tomorrow, 6 to 8 p.m., Thursday, December the 7th, at HCC's Felix Fraga Academic Campus, the Stern Building. We'll have a link in our post with more information. And we also got a one college exhibition happening.
Yes, that is going to be our system-wide exhibition. Once again, Instagram will be our gallery walls for an exhibition that features studio classes from all colleges in the HCC system. The link will be available at noon on December 8th. All previous semesters are online now. If you want to go check those out, be sure to check the post after the show.
Okay, Media Arts Showcase, that is happening as well. It's a public screening of student projects. Will feature TV field, TV production, lighting, cinematography, directing, and audio recording. It's at 6 p.m. Saturday, December the 16th. And for those of you keeping score for the holidays, that's right before we go. You know, I was thinking until like yesterday that a week from Friday, that was the end of our break. That's when the break started. No, we come back for one more day.
That's right. Grades are due on Monday. That's very important.
I know it's important for you guys. Yeah. But anyway, this event is happening 6 p.m. Saturday, December the 16th. Before we go on break, it's at HCC Spring Branch Performing Arts Center. Check our post after the show for more info. And if you want to register for next semester, Amy, time's running out. You still got some time, but if you want to get those classes, now's the time to do it.
Yeah, don't wait for finals. Go pick out your classes. HCC Spring registration is ongoing, including our popular mini sessions during winter break. We have all courses in online anytime, online as schedule, hybrid, in-person, hybrid lab. To learn more about all of our HCC programs, start dates, and options to cover costs, go to hccs.edu/apply.
Okay, tomorrow we'll feature another student, this one from HCC's EMS program. And for Thursday Family Fun Day, we're going to bring you back out to the Lone Star Flight Museum. They're always cool. They've got some events going on for the holidays. So tune in tomorrow. Sade will be here running the show. I'm going to try to get better. That's my goal for tomorrow. Just
rest your voice.
Get better. Yeah, it's getting worse as the morning's going through. Amy, thanks for being here. We'll see you next week.
Sounds great. Thanks for having me.
All right. We'll see all of you tomorrow. Sade will be hosting. She'll be live 10 a.m. with Up to the Minute.